It's really interesting at this time of year, at the end of July, because we have the 6 months ahead of us. So are you planning? Are you forecasting? Are you looking forward and going, how can I streamline my time? How can I streamline my systems? Because in the beginning of the year, I was run off my feet when in actual fact, perhaps I could have been doing it slightly differently.
Mentoring with Geraldine is a bite-sized practitioner podcast for naturopaths, nutritionists, herbalists, coaches, and practitioners. This podcast responds directly to the needs of you, the practicing natural therapist. We have interviews during the holiday season and business and mindset support each week, so you'll get the variety you need to enjoy and stay motivated in your practice. Don't forget to subscribe to receive the weekly episodes. And if you want to connect with me, always check the show notes, because that's where you'll find the links to book appointments and, of course, to join the Academy, the membership group, where there's constant connection and community with like-minded practitioners. Now, let's get started.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mentoring with Geraldine and the Bite-Sized Podcast. How the devil are you today? So we're here at the end of July. Now, July has been a very mixed month for many of us. And when we think about that mixed month, there's holidays in there for schools. It's often a slower month financially for our income because people are on holiday, people are away. Small business owners have to do their end of financial year, and then they discover, oh, maybe I haven't got enough money to spend and I have to wait until the new year. Private health funds are beginning to run out. There's all sorts of things that happen in July. For me and my client base, that means they're all on holiday. So mothers and children, they're all away. They're all on holiday. And my retirees are all looking after the grandkids. So July for me has always been slow, but August is one of my most exciting months. I love August. And when I say I love August, I really do love August. We're beginning to warm up. Well, we're not really, but we're thinking about it. We're getting a few more daylight hours down here in South Australia in Adelaide. And spring is on the way, and the birds have realised spring is on the way, and so has my mind, my body, my outlook, and everything that I'm doing. So in August, I'm going to New Zealand to present at the NMHNZ conference, and I can't wait to do that, because for me, I can network with people, I'll see people, I get to go home as well, I get to see my mum and my sister. So August for me has always been a much bigger time than July. So traditionally, as I've said many times, I go on holiday in July. This July, I didn't go on holiday. I was here in South Australia. It was cold, it was miserable, but I had sort of a mini holiday at home. So here I am at the end of July, and I want to talk to you about what's happening now for the next 6 months and some suggestions for you. In the show notes, you will see a link to Steph Taylor. Now, Steph Taylor has a podcast, Imperfect Action. You'll see the link to that as well. And I've worked with Steph over the last few years. I've known her maybe 5 or 6 years. I've been on her podcast, and she is great. She's not in our industry, which I actually find really refreshing. She knows all about it now, having met me and many other people in our industry since she started. But I find that quite refreshing, and she works with launching your product. So within the Academy, we have a Programs and Practice Day, and I support people to create their program. Along with that, I talk about how we get it out to our clients, how we share it in the appointment, how we get our clients on board doing things in the appointment. But what Steph does is she teaches us how to launch it to that bigger audience and to the world. Now, I'd already launched when I did her launch program a long time ago on the very first round that she did it, but I found it extremely useful. She uses spreadsheets, so I've started using spreadsheets. And those spreadsheets are really helpful in the way in which you do things, because you follow on from one spreadsheet to the next. So it's very logical, and there's a lot of accountability. With accountability, it's really important that we have it, no matter how we have it. Where are you accountable? And how are you accountable to yourself? Having accountability buddies is really helpful, and working within a group is really helpful. Having a mentor is really helpful. where we're finishing the first half of the year and we're looking fresh to this second half of the year, we have to look forward. We have to look back and go, what didn't go well? What was unsuccessful at the beginning of the year? And what's successful now? What can I do to change that? How can I step it up? How can I change it? How can I make it different for me and my audience? Or maybe I need to drill down rather than making it different. Maybe I need to drill down and make it more succinct, make it more accurate, make it more usable and viable. Once we're looking at our client and our niche and where we're going and what we're doing, then we can start aligning ourselves with those concepts and those ideas. And how do you keep yourself accountable? Well, I do. I have groups. I have mentors. Steph is one of my mentors. I meet in a weekly group with her. I've done her Launch Magic course, which I will put in the show notes. And that is an affiliate link. I'll be honest, it's an affiliate link. But I mean, why wouldn't you have an affiliate link? If you've got one, use it. If you've got my affiliate links, use them. We have to have money coming into our business in different ways and in different forms. And that's one of the different forms that I use. And here we are, second half of the year going, how am I going to formulate the end of my year? When I look back, what didn't go well? What went well? What went really well at the beginning of the year? And how can I make it even better in the second half of the year? Maybe you're needing a new website. Well, hey, I've got the Blue Chick affiliate link as well. I'll pop in the notes at the bottom underneath the cast. It's up to you if you use those links. I'd like you to, obviously. But I also want you to check out what she does, because when we look at people outside of our industry, then we often have other eyes on what we're doing. So when I look at people's content, which I do in the academy, people will show me their websites, or I work with them in a co-working session, or we have a mastermind session and I go through things. I'm now, because I've been in it so long and because of what I do with my time and how I've grown up in advertising, I can look at it from an outside perspective and I can say does your reader understand that? Is your reader ready to be where you're promoting it and where you're pushing it to? And that's part of learning from people who do this. That's their industry, it's their job. So I want you to go and check her out and check out her podcast. It's really interesting at this time of year, at the end of July, because we have the 6 months ahead of us. So are you planning? Are you forecasting? Are you looking forward and going, how can I streamline my time? How can I streamline my systems? Because in the beginning of the year, I was run off my feet when in actual fact, perhaps I could have been doing it slightly differently. I was on the call today with a mentee. So she bought my pediatric online mastery course, which is available to anyone, anytime, and you get a one-to-one with me during it. You can ask me any questions in that one-to-one. And hers turned out to be mostly business questions. And she was like, how do I organize my time? And she said, I'm writing notes on Google Docs and looking at using one of these platforms, but the thought of uploading everything to the platform, oh no, it's too much. And I'm like, well, if you're thinking about using it, the easiest thing to do is not to upload everything all at once, but upload it client by client. That way you get used to it. You just upload, before you see them, you upload their old notes into the new system, and then you start working in that system. If your flow breaks while you're with that client, then you carry on using your old system, and then you go back. So you have to give yourself a little bit of extra time to assimilate into a new system. So it's really important that we look back at our systems, look back at what worked and what didn't, and how we can make them work. We can get rid of something, or we can make it even better and make it really work for us. And this is an important part of what we do, is making sure that we're always double checking on ourselves, being accountable to ourselves, but to others as well. So who in your network can help you to be accountable? I hope I am one of those people, and I hope I'm keeping you accountable. I hope that I'm supporting you. And because August is an important month for me, it's a month that I enjoy. It's a month because I'm coming back to work. I've had my break. I've had all my ideas. And one of my ideas is that in August, we're going to have fortnightly podcasts, and they are all around forward thinking with your business. So that's why I said about Steph today, because I'm thinking if you need to launch, if you're going, I'm going to launch a program, then she's about to open her doors. And so it's the perfect time to go, well, I'm going to do that with Steph. I'm going to launch that program that I've got brewing away inside me. Or, well, I can't afford Steph. I'm going to join the academy because I know I can at least start it there and do Steph's next round in next year. Okay, so we really need to think about who we're going to work with, what's worked, what is going to work, how we can expand our offerings, how we can extend ourselves, and how we can move that next step forward for August. Because August is here, the new half of the year is here. We need to take a beautiful deep breath. We need to thank all the birds for squawking and telling us that springtime is just around the corner, and really, really take on board this new phase of the year and jump right in, feet first. So have a look at the links in the show notes, and I look forward to catching up with you in August. Twice a week. I keep muddling it. I'm recording some of them now and I keep muddling it saying, I'll see you next week. And I'm not seeing you in August. I'm seeing you twice a week. And I'm looking forward to seeing you twice a week starting next week. I'm super excited. Can't wait to see you then. Let's chat soon. Do book that focus call with me. Do check out Steph and make sure that are keeping yourself accountable. Write some of those lists. Step up and do it, because now is your time. I hope I've left you feeling really motivated today, because I know I feel really motivated. It being the end of the month, I'm super excited and super motivated heading into August. Let's chat soon. See ya.
Thanks so much for joining me today. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast for the weekly episodes. If you'd like even more support and learning, then the Academy is for you. Here you'll find part 2 of the herbal discussions, more clinical learning, and case studies to support your clients in practice. Bye for now.